Before we begin the Chapter 8 test, please put your name at the top. Question 1. What are the next 4 multiples of 1/7? What are the next 4 multiples of 1/7? Question 2. Sarah is making 4 batches of granola bars. She adds 7/8 cup of peanuts to each batch. Her measuring cup holds 1/8 cup. How many times must Sarah measure 1/8 cup of peanuts to have enough for the granola bars? Forget the shade, the model, and show your answer. Obviously, we can't do that, so forget the bottom part. We're just looking at this. Sarah is making 4 batches of granola bars. She adds 7/8 cup of peanuts to each batch. Her measuring cup holds 1/8 cup. How many times must Sarah measure 1/8 cup of peanuts to have enough for the granola bars? Your answers could be 21 times, 7 times, 28 times, or 1 and 3/8 times. So 21 times, 7 times, 28 times, 1 and 3/8 times. Question 3. Alice walks 6/10 miles every day. How many miles does she walk in 5 days? She walks 6/10 miles every day. How many miles does she walk in 5 days? Your answers could be 5 miles, 3 miles, 6 miles, or 1 mile. 5 miles, 3 miles, 6 miles, or 1 mile. Question 4. Hannah is baking 3 batches of health bars. She needs 1 2/3 cups of carob chips for each batch of bars. Hannah completed the multiplication below, and she says she needs 6 cups of carob chips for 3 batches of bars. What is Hannah's error? So you're going to go through this. 3 times 1 2/3 equals 3 times 6/3 equals 18/3 equals 6. She did something wrong here. Something is not right. So she's baking 3 batches of health bars and she needs 1 2/3 cups of these chips for each batch. And she's saying this is how many cups she needs. She says she needs 6 cups. Is she correct? Go through the work step by step, and you tell me if she's correct in the answer for 4. And then this is supposed to be question 4B. What is the correct number of chips Hannah needs for 3 batches of bars? So she made an error on top. Now you tell me what the correct number of cups is. It's not 6. There's a correct number of cups. So you tell me the correct number of cups. You do not need to explain how you found your answer. Question 5. Which fraction is a multiple of 1/8? Mark all that apply. Mark all that apply. Which fraction is a multiple of 1/8? So is it 3/8, 8/12, 2/8, 4/8, 8/10, 8/8? And you have to mark so you can click many of them. You can click A, B, C all at the same time. So mark all the ones, click all the boxes that apply. Question 6. Bo recorded a basketball game that lasted 2.5 hours. Bo watched the game 4 times last week. How many hours did Bo spend watching the game? Don't show your work, you can't. So, Bo recorded a basketball game that lasted 2.5 hours. Bo watched the game 4 times last week. How many hours did he spend watching the game? Put your answer right here. Question 7. Rudy is comparing shark lengths. She reads that a sandbar shark is 4.5 feet long. A thresher shark is 3 times as long as a sandbar shark. Complete the model. Then find the length of the thresher shark. So don't complete any model. We're not completing the model. Just find the length of the thresher shark. Rudy is comparing shark lengths. She reads that a sandbar shark is 4.5 feet long. A thresher shark is 3 times as long. Find the length of the thresher shark. And your answer could be 13.5, 10.5, 20/2, or 9/2. Question 8. Phil made a number line showing the multiples of 3/6. The product of 2 times 3/6 is 0/6, 3/6, 6/6, or 9/6. So the product of 2 times 3/6 is one of these. Tara has softball practice Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Sunday. Each practice is 1 1/3 hours. Tara says she will have practice for 3 hours this week. Without multiplying, explain how you know she's not correct. So, she has softball practice Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Sunday. Each practice is 1 1/3 hours. She says she will practice for 3 hours this week. Without doing any work, tell me how you know she's not correct. And B, how long will she actually have practice this week? Write your answer as a mixed number. A mixed number is a whole number and a fraction. How long will she have softball practice this week? Write your answer as a mixed number. Question 10. Look at the number line and write the missing fractions. So we have 1/5, 2/5, 3/5, 4/5, 5/5, 6/5, 7/5, and we're missing 3. So write the missing fractions. Question 11. Select a way to write 4 times 2/5 as the product of a whole number and a unit fraction. And you can pick the top one, the middle one, or the bottom one. Write it as a product of a whole number and a unit fraction. 12. Malik wanted to give 1/5 of his bag of balloons to each of his 3 friends. How many of his balloons will he give away? He wants to give 1/5 of his bag of balloons to each of his 3 friends. How many of his balloons will he give away? 2/5, 1/5, 6/5, or 3/5? Question 13. 4 times 6/8 equals. Question 14. 4 times 3/8 equals. Question 15. Violet used 1 3/4 gallons of paint on her kitchen walls. She used 4 times as much paint on her living room and bedroom walls. How much paint did she use for the living room and bedroom walls? Violet used 1 3/4 gallons of paint on her kitchen walls. She used 4 times as much paint for her living room and bedroom walls. How much paint did Violet use for the living room and bedroom walls? Your answer should go under answer 15. 16. Sandy buys some fabric to make a quilt. She needs 1/6 yard of each type of fabric. She has 7 different types of fabric to make her design. Use the following equation. Write the number in the box that makes the statement true. And then you can choose from 3, 6, 2, or 7. Question 17. Maddie makes a batch of popcorn balls. She used 1 1/4 cup of raisins. She used 5 times as much popcorn. Tell me how much popcorn she used. So how much popcorn did she use? So she makes a batch of popcorn balls. She uses 1 1/4 cup of raisins, and then she uses 5 times as much popcorn. Which one of these? 6 1/4, 5/4, 5 1/4, or 20/4 is the correct answer to how much popcorn she used. And the final question, question 18. Miss Tokola uses 9/10 of a can of coffee beans each week. How many cans of coffee beans does Miss Tokola use in 6 weeks? Write your answer in 2 different ways. So as a fraction and a mixed number, you would write it here. So she uses 9/10 of a can of coffee beans each week. How many cans does Miss Tokola use in 6 weeks? Write your answer as a fraction and a mixed number. And when you're done with all the questions, click submit. Good job, guys.